Hello and welcome to another tutorial from GNR Academy. In this video, we will look into the two most common lookup formulas, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. We have a data table with employee details sorted by employee ID and a corresponding employee name, age and sales performed by them. Here, we want to look up the information so that if I put any employee ID, we should be able to get the required employee details. Let's see how we can achieve this by making use of these Excel's inbuilt lookup functions. First, we need to understand the VLOOKUP function. In VLOOKUP, V stands for vertical. It takes the lookup value, table, and column number as argument. For example, we have this table and we want to find the corresponding value in column number 2 for the lookup value 3. So how VLOOKUP works is that it searches vertically for the lookup value in the first column of the table, and then it provides the value in column number 2 for the corresponding lookup value. So in our case, it should provide the value C as answer because C lies in column number 2 for the lookup value 3. Now, we need to find the employee name for employee ID A104. Let's start by writing the VLOOKUP formula. The first argument is the lookup value. In this case, it is the employee ID A104. The second argument is the table array, whose first column is where the function will look for the lookup value. Note that we do not consider the headings as part of the table, as these does not contain our answer. The third argument is the column number of the table, which has our required value. In this case, we need to find the employee name, which is in column number 2. And then there is the optional argument of range lookup, which we will discuss later. So close bracket. So we are getting the name Martha for the employee ID A104, which we can see is correct. I can also write the column number here and refer to the cell in the function. So for employee name, the column number is 2. In the formula, I can simply delete the column number and refer to the cell I8. Similarly, the column number for age is 3 and for sales is 4. Now I can simply copy the formula across, but for it to work, we need to anchor the cells. So we will anchor the cell H10, which is the lookup value, because we want employee ID to be fixed. Press F4 to anchor it. Then we would also like the table array to be fixed. Press F4 to anchor the table. We will not anchor the column number as we want it to move when we copy the formula. Press Ctrl C and copy the formula across. Press Enter. We can check that for employee ID A104, the values for employee name, age and sales matches correctly to the table. Another way we can find column numbers is by using the match function. If you recall, the match function finds position of the lookup value in the array. So to find the column number of the employee name, we will use the match function as match. The lookup value will be the employee name, and lookup array would be the table headings. We will anchor the table headings as we would like to copy the formula across. Press F4 and match type 0 because we want to find the exact match. I will copy the formula and paste it in place of the column number in the VLOOKUP function, and it will still work. Press Ctrl C and copy the formula across and press Enter. We have seen how VLOOKUP works if the lookup value column is in ascending order. But if the order is random, VLOOKUP used this way will provide error or wrong value. So instead of lookup value being the employee ID, we want it to be the employee name, which is not sorted in any order. Let's use the VLOOKUP function to find the employee age. So VLOOKUP. The lookup value is the employee name or cell I10. Table array is these three columns. as we want the employee name to be the first column because it contains the lookup value, and column number would be 2. We see that it gives an error used this way. In this case, we will use the range lookup argument to be false to tell the function that the array is in random order and to find the exact match. Similarly, we can write the formula for sales performed as VLOOKUP. Lookup value would be the employee name. Table array would be again these 3 columns. Column number would be 3 and range lookup would be false. HLOOKUP function is similar to the VLOOKUP with minor differences. H stands for horizontal in HLOOKUP. Like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP takes 3 arguments: a lookup value, table, and instead of column number, it takes a row number as argument. For example, we have this table and we want to find a corresponding value in row number 3 for the lookup value 2. So how HLOOKUP works is that it searches horizontally for the lookup value in the first row of the table, and then it provides the value in row number 3 for the corresponding lookup value. So in our case, it should provide the value 20 as answer because 20 lies in row number 3 for the lookup value 2. Here we have the same data that we use for the VLOOKUP function, but instead of vertical, it is horizontal. Now we will find the employee name, age, and sales performed by using the HLOOKUP function. I've also put the row numbers here to use as reference. We will start by finding the employee name, so HLOOKUP. The lookup value would be the employee ID or cell C14. Press F4 to anchor it. Table array would be the employee details. Press F4 to anchor the table. And row number would be row number 2 or cell D15. We can copy the formula across and check that for employee ID A107 we are getting the right details. I hope you now have better understanding of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, which are the most popular functions in Excel, and with practice you will be able to use them effectively. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Use the comment section below for any questions or feedbacks.